Hydraulic mining. The California gold rush that began in 1848 profoundly transformed California history and the environment. For more than 100 years, mining for gold was a major economic activity that provided significant environmental impact. In the beginning of this period, most mining was placer mining, the finding of gold on the surface or in easily accessible gravel deposits. The tools were simple: picks, shovels, pans, and elbow grease. When the easily reached surface gold was exhausted, the miners turned to more environmentally impactful practices, such as diverting rivers, or following quartz veins in mountainsides, or dredging thick deposits of river gravel. The third phase was deep underground mining, called hard rock mining, or massive operations using high-powered water cannons, called hydraulicking. All of these had varying degrees of environmental influence. The impact of placer mining was significant and easily seen. There was mud, sand, and other debris deposited in stream beds. The hillsides became pockmarked by mining operations, and boulders were uprooted. All of this was bad, but not as bad as the impact of getting to the gold mining towns or to the streams and rivers that harbored the gold. This form of mining was intimately tied to using the timber and water resources to provide for the needs of the miners and loggers. For example, roads were carved out, water courses became fouled, and stands of timber were severed to provide housing. More involved mining diverted river courses, such as in Coloma, to exploit the gold-bearing deposits below. Water was channeled into flumes, and more sophisticated mining equipment scarred the landscape. Hydraulic mining was even more environmentally devastating. Huge water cannons, commonly called monitors, after a popular brand name of water cannon, were used. The monitor powerfully compressed the water into a nozzle that was anywhere from 1 inch to 8 inches in diameter. The stream of water that could wash down whole hillsides was impressive to behold. In his multi-volume 1874 to 1890 classic, History of California, the historian Hubert Howe Bancroft stated that an 8-inch monitor could throw 1.4 million gallons of water per hour at 105 miles per hour. Other accounts of the force are less technical but just as startling. One description points out that a strong man could not swing a crowbar through a 6-inch monitor stream. Yet another commented on the striking phenomenon of a 50-pound boulder riding the crest of a jet with the power of a cannonball. Documented evidence recalls that men were killed 200 feet away by the force of the water. The monitors operated 24 hours a day, with the mines illuminated by high-intensity lighting or locomotive headlights. The amount of water needed was enormous. Near Nevada City at the North Bloomfield mine, more commonly called Malakoff Diggins, 60 million gallons of water was used daily. Thomas Bell, the president of the company, estimated in 1876 that the hydraulic mine would consume 16 billion gallons of water in that year alone. The debris created was equally enormous. North Bloomfield, a mine about 1 1/8 mile long and 300 to 550 feet deep, excavated 41 million cubic yards of material between 1866 and 1884. That's just a big number until you compare it to something else. The massive Hurricane Katrina left 40 million cubic yards. This one mine, North Bloomfield, left more debris than Hurricane Katrina. That is enough debris to fill approximately 105,000 Golden One centers to the rim, or to fill 750,000 semi-truck trailers. In 1891, a group of government engineers estimated that hydraulic mining had deposited 210 million cubic yards of debris along the basins of 3 rivers alone, the Yuba, American, and Bear River. Many experts today believe that figure is low. But at 210 million cubic yards of debris, that is enough debris to fill 3 million semi-truck trailers, which, if placed end to end, would stretch 4 times around the world. All of this residue of California's hydraulic mining industry led to a situation, and this situation would lead to one of the most significant federal court decisions concerning environmental protection. In 1884, there was a court case called Woodruff v. North Bloomfield Gravel Mining Company. The decision was widely known as the Sawyer decision named after the leading judge in the case, Lorenzo Sawyer. And the impact was immediate, profound, and precedent-setting. The decision said a grossly polluting industry can be shut down for the public good. Today, most environmental cases cite the Woodruff case, the Sawyer decision, as its leading environmental precedent.